Next up is Adrianne Duff from the Irish National Accreditation Board. Adrianne.
Thank you, Richard, and good morning, everybody. Just as mentioned in the agenda and as outlined in the Minister's introduction, I'd just like to give you some information and advice this morning on what you need to consider in order to ensure that you have the correct certification for products to be able to access the European market. And the main area that I want to discuss really is around the area of manufacturers that need the services of a notified body. And the sort of products that I'm talking about are really around industrial products, so construction products, structural steel, personal protective equipment, medical devices, and PPE. So really, the main message that I want to say this morning is that really the rules haven't changed. So if your business hasn't had to rely on the services of a notified body heretofore, that isn't changing. There are no new rules or introductions coming into place in that regard. And these organisations, what they do is they assess your product for conformity to specific union rules, so specific legislation and health and safety requirements to enable your product to be marked with the CE mark and to accompanying technical certificates and technical documentation. And this documentation and certification is absolutely essential in order for you to be able to continue to place your product on the European market. So many Irish companies heretofore, if you've been in this business, would have relied on the services of UK notified bodies. And there's some 170 UK notified bodies based in the UK at the moment. So simply from a convenience and accessibility point of view, I'm absolutely certain that your companies may have relied on the services of these bodies up until now. But the good news is that there's over 1,000 European-based notified bodies, as the Minister mentioned this morning, and these are based in the remaining EU 27 member states within the European Union. Accreditation itself is used to assess the compliance of these organisations to continue to be able to provide certification for your products. A number of the UK bodies have relocated into Ireland, and I'm pleased to say that there's now a number of Irish notified bodies based in Ireland and for you to be able to continue to access. And they're in the areas around machinery, construction products, personal protective equipment, medical devices. So if your business is involved in any of these technical areas, please look at our website, INAB.ie, where you'll be able to find information of Irish-based notified bodies. If your business happens to be in other areas, other specific product areas that aren't covered by these notified bodies, as I've mentioned, there are over 1,000 of them registered within the European Union at the moment. And again, there's a European database which is easily accessible and very easily searchable. You can search by product type, you can search by country type to be able to find the particular notified body that you actually need. So the message from today is, if your business needs a notified body, please start the conversation early with these organisations. Please try and source an alternate notified body if your business needs to continue to be able to place products on the European market. As I said, very practical steps why you need to start this conversation early. The first is that notified bodies, as I've mentioned, the technical documentation and the certification attached to your product will carry the notified body number on that. And if you are changing notified body, your technical documentation and your certification will change and the documentation will change. And as Celine has already mentioned, it's very important to be able for your products to be able to continue to be moved throughout the European Union, that the correct documentation is actually in place. The second point is that in order to engage the services of a new notified body, you'll have to transfer your existing technical documentation to them, and that is a process that will take a period of time. So it really is advisable to start the conversation and start sourcing as early as possible if you need an alternate notified body. There are two related points just on that. The products that carry the CE mark, you may well be using a supplier from the UK or products that are coming through the UK where notified body services are required. So really the message, reinforcing the message this morning, is to have the conversation with your supply chain, challenge your supply chain from the beginning right through to the end to see if of your suppliers are using the services of a notified body. If they have been using a UK notified body, they simply will no longer continue to exist post-Brexit. The second point is, if your products are going to be placed on the UK market post-Brexit, there is more than likely going to be an alternate conformity assessment scheme. So the CE mark won't be recognised on the UK market in a post-Brexit world. At the moment, it's unclear what's that going to look like, and there's some conversations that need to happen around that and in the post-trade deal that emerges post-Brexit. But just to advise you that there will be a different system of assessing conformity of products for the UK market. But for the main European market, the CE mark and the conformity assessment that has been in place up to now will continue to exist. In terms of just two other points I'd like to make, INAB itself is the national accreditation body for Ireland. We accredit a lot of different types of organisations to carry out testing or inspection or certification. You may have used services from UK accredited organisations up to now for maybe testing your products or for your goods, your food products, etc. I would just encourage you to maybe look at an Irish-based organisation. As I said, we've accredited over 150 organisations at the moment to carry out a wide suite of testing, and their details are available on our website. There are a few heavily regulated sectors, and the European Commission has published notices on these on their websites where they won't accept UK certificates going forward. The details and the links for these notices are available from the INAB and the HSA website. And finally, just to touch on another remit within the Health and Safety Authority, INAB is part of the Health and Safety Authority, and it is the competent authority for chemicals in Ireland. And again, if you are using chemicals for your business and you're either bringing them from the UK or through the UK, I just want to highlight the importance that your regulatory and legal obligations may change if that is the case. So if you're using chemicals, say, the car industry or cleaning industry or whatever part of your business involved in, please be aware of a possible change in your legal and regulatory obligations in a post-Brexit environment. So finally, if you need the services of a notified body, please start the conversation now in order for your goods to continue to access the UK market. That's
Great,
it.
thank you, Adrianne. Just to clarify then, if I'm exporting goods to the UK, currently they're covered by a notified body in terms of standards and all of that. If the UK does decide to go down its own road to a certain extent and introduce its own changes to its own system, I basically must get my product certified twice under two systems then.
It's certainly possible that could be the case. I mean, there will be agreements, trade agreements, hopefully going forward in the post-Brexit world, but it is likely that the UK will introduce their own conformity assessment scheme and their own conformity assessment mark in order to place products on the UK market. But for the remainder of the EU, the CE mark will continue to be relevant and applicable.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Adrianne. And